Hello and welcome to each of you. The purpose of this presentation is to provide a program update of the Alexandria Housing Authority. Although the agency is far from where it desires to be, there has been significant marked progress which warrants an update to our stakeholders. Watch now as we reflect back just 3 years ago.
Prior to July 2012, the agency was plagued with negative press, reports of agency mismanagement of funds, suspicions of corruption, federal investigations, and reports that the agency was unable to pay its employees. These were only a few of the articles published. The news articles, coupled with the negative television media coverage, only served to further damage the already tarnished image of a struggling agency. Public perception made anyone associated with the Alexandria Housing Authority feel ashamed. Employees were afraid to claim the agency for fear that their personal image would be compromised by association. This scale illustrates the imbalance that existed at the agency during that time period. The agency was cash-strapped with an ever-increasing amount of debt. In a city with an abundance of homeless shelters and a high population of low to moderate income families, it is unexplainable how an agency created to provide housing to these individuals was failing them. The housing stock of the agency was on a continuous decline. The agency was uncertain of its next step, unsure of what direction to take. The problems that existed at the Alexandria Housing Authority during this time appeared dire. The work required to turn the agency around seemingly impossible.
The impact of debt, poor housing stock, lack of structure, and ineffective management was felt by the staff. Listen now as they share firsthand changes they have recognized over the last 3 years to improve the agency and the residents we serve.
The agency has done a great job with assisting residents as far as the occupancy with public housing and the increased number of vouchers issued with Section 8.
Compare 3 years ago from this agency to what is happening now, it would be that 3 years ago we was not headed in the direction, in this agency that we are now.
I've been for 12 years, and I'm very, very proud of the service that we provide for families. We give them the boost they need to help until they can make it on their own.
It's housing more families, and also the morale of the employees around here is a lot better than it was 3 years ago.
Employees is more like together than separate. They're learning more.
Organization, communication, and the flow of the work each day. Everyone knows what their job is.
From staff, management, maintenance, public housing, everybody's working hard, and we're headed, in the right
The last
direction.
3 years, we've housed more people than ever before.
When a tenant's moving in a resident, we have to go and check that unit to make it up to par. So we try to get the unit to the point whereas we will live in it. And it helps to please the resident themselves to see that we are concerned about the quality they living in.
Better quality than it was before. So more people are wanting to move in now. And there's more people on the waiting list, and the waiting list is being worked faster so they can get in sooner.
Well, I look forward to coming to work because I love to assist families and provide safe, decent, sanitary, and affordable homes.
In this agency is for the best. Like I says to the group, that time brings on a change.
It's clear that there has been a transformation at the Alexandria Housing Authority. So much has changed, and it was absolutely impossible to list it all in this presentation. We will do our best to touch on many of the major factors that have contributed to this turnaround. Low occupancy rates is a given when the housing stock is of poor quality and little effort is being made to improve the stock or to house families. In the past, operations were designed for failure. The waiting list was not moving and units were not being turned around in a productive manner. The result was units that sat vacant for years, some for so long that they became dilapidated. The occupancy of habitable units remained consistently low. As you can see, there was an increase in occupancy in 2013. This was not by coincidence. Proper methods and procedures were finally put into place. Money was finally being placed in the housing stock, and there was finally accountability for the waiting list and the turnaround process. The results speak for themselves. Today, the agency is housing more families than we have in the last decade.
We have a brand new website. Isn't it pretty? Not only is it pretty, it allows our future residents to apply online for both public housing and Section 8. This prevents the applicants from having to stand in line outside from this building down to England Drive. The agency has made lots of financial ground. Since 2011, we have reduced a cumulative deficit from $981,843 to $480,709. This is a total reduction of $500,000 in 3 years. Since 2011, the Alexandria Housing Authority has reduced its total number of outstanding audit findings. In 2011, the total number of outstanding and unresolved findings was 42. This past fiscal year, in 2014, the total number of unresolved audit findings is 18. This included 11 current year and 7 unresolved from prior year. We are not to the finish line, but certainly you can see the marked progress since 2011. The agency has also experienced a reduction in operating expenses since 2011. Overall, we have nearly a $3 million savings. With increased occupancy, you also have increased operating subsidy from HUD. Since 2011, the agency has increased its operating subsidy by 41%. That equates to $589,559 per year to house more families. In 2014, we received our first unqualified audit report since 2009. Receiving an unqualified report means that the financial report is transparent and thorough and has no hidden important facts. A qualified audit report reflects the auditor's inability to give a clean report.
With the likeliness of reduced future funding, the agency has positioned itself to further enhance its housing stock and the face of public housing in central Louisiana by receiving conditional approval for the Rental Assistance Demonstration, also known as RAD. Within the next 18 to 24 months, the agency will be on the cusp of providing quality housing comparable to the private sector.
The agency is definitely on the right path. With clear direction from our executive director, the continued support of our board of commissioners, and the hard work and dedication of AHA staff, we are well on our way to becoming a high-performing agency. The agency is currently debt-free, consistently maintaining a high occupancy rate, continuously improving our housing stock, streamlining and automating the day-to-day work at the agency, and last but most certainly not least, is an unqualified audit. This is clear evidence of a transparency that hasn't existed in the agency for many years.
Who would not agree that a major priority of the Housing Authority is to improve Sycamore Place? This site is clearly an example of ineffective management and obligation of funds where they were most needed. Through completion of several phases of rehabilitation of the units and landscaping, Sycamore Place will be one of the most sought-after developments to reside. This because of effective management.
Due to previous financial constraints, the agency has not been able to contribute to a retirement plan for its employees. This can be quite discouraging for employees, uncertain of how they will handle future financial obligations, possibly having to continue working long into their retirement years. Recently, the agency has begun planning for possible retirement contributions in the near future. This will be a welcomed and truly deserved reward for the hardworking employees of the Alexandria Housing Authority. Keeping with the agency's goal of moving forward, the agency hopes to soon implement a paperless workplace. Part of this transition will include full automation of resident re-exams. This will provide our residents with the convenience of completing their required re-exams from home or in a kiosk at the site offices. This also allows AHA staff more time to focus on property management. The agency is committed to helping families on the path towards self-sufficiency. This will be accomplished through improved resident services, providing information, opportunities, and services that help residents overcome obstacles and reach their goals. We want to find creative solutions to make assistance available in areas such as education, credit and finances, computers, homeownership, employment opportunities, and job training.
The management and staff of the Alexandria Housing Authority have implemented many goals and objectives. These goals have been established so that the agency can reach a high performer status by HUD.
Taking an aggressive approach to managing its resources and processing applicants on the Section 8 waiting list, the agency will house a projected 200 additional families in Alexandria within the next 12 months. We hope this update has provided you with a better perspective of where the Alexandria Housing Authority has come from within the last 3 years, and a glimpse into the future of providing quality, affordable housing in central Louisiana, all of which could not have been accomplished without the support of the Board of Commissioners and the technical knowledge and hard work of the Executive Director and committed staff. Thank you for watching.